Hey guys, it's Abby from Autumn of Pellinor, and today I have been tagged by Zoe from You're a Book Nerd Zoe to do the rapid fire book tag. So I will link Zoe's video down below, and I will also link the video from the original creator, which is Girl Reading. So it looks about 20 questions that I'm going to try and answer really quickly. I have no idea what they are apart from the first one, which I read when I first found it, and yes, this should be quick, but I doubt it's going to be. So, ebook or physical book? I prefer physical book. Explanation, I just like the feeling in my hands, but ebooks are really handy if you're travelling or if you need to buy cheaper books and you don't have places to go for second-hand books, but I do prefer physical books. Paperback or hardback? For some reason for ages I thought I preferred hardback. I think it's because loads of people on BookTube prefer hardback and oh look at this beautiful hardback, but I really like paperbacks. I like the way they feel, the way they look, the way they sit together, and it's very rare that I prefer to get a hardback actually, so my answer is paperback. Online or in-store book shopping? In-store. But if I'm like, it's difficult. I prefer in-store because I get the book and then I have the book and I can read the book, even though it normally just gets shoved onto my giant TBR. But if I'm online, it's cheaper, unless I've got it from like a really good second-hand shop or something, but then I have to wait for it to arrive and I hate that. So I prefer buying in-store, but monetarily sometimes I have to buy online. Trilogies or series? I think I prefer series, because a trilogy can feel kind of like someone's tried to force it to be self-contained, whereas series have that flexibility to open up. Heroes or villains? I am a giant goody two-shoes. Heroes. Villains are interesting, but heroes. I'm a massive goody two-shoes. I may mess up all the time, I may be a pain in the arse a lot of the time, but goody two-shoes. A book you want everyone to read? Why am I looking there? Where you're sat is my TBR shelf. Oh no. Okay. Damn it. Okay, I have my obvious answer. I've just realised that I still have sauce around my mouth from the pasta bake my parents made. My obvious answer is The Gift by Alison Croggan, because it's set in a world called Pellinor, so this is where I got my channel name from and my bookish world name from. So this is like the obvious what I think everyone should read, but there are a lot of books that I really like. Next one. Recommend an underrated book. Perfect, because I know exactly what to recommend. Hello again. So, I don't know why I said hello again as if I've been gone for a while. I have a very small room, but my underrated book is The Last Roundhead by Jamal Evans, and then by default This Deceitful Light, also by Jamal Evans. These are the first two books in the Blandford Candy series. He also has the Davenant's Eggs and Other Tales, which is a short ebook, but this is based in the Civil War period in Britain, and it's hilarious, it's realistic. I'm trying to see if it says a date so that I'm not lying. There we go. 1643, so I did think it was the 1600s, didn't want to lie. They are really funny, really realistic, gritty, they can make you really sad. He manages to get everything in at once, and adult historical fiction, 100% adult. There's swearing, there's scenes of a sexual nature, there are very violent scenes. But depending on your maturity level, people in the YA area and up definitely pick Jamal Evans's books up, because they are so underrated and they definitely need to be read by more people. They're just amazing. And now that I've done my little rant, next one. The last book you finished was on my Kindle, and it was In the Shadow of Hitler by Richard Vaughan and Davies. I told you there's a theme of me reading World War II stuff. I started that at the end of last month. It's currently July, beginning-ish. It's the 4th. The ending I was a bit disappointed about. It felt a bit rushed and a bit just quickly gone through, but I like the story in general, I like the writing style. The last book I bought, oh god, fingers crossed it'll stay focused. The last books I bought were Etiquette and Espionage, Curtsies and Conspiracies, which I currently can't find because I must have put it away slightly too well when I moved back, and Journey to the River Sea. So Etiquette and Espionage. Next one, weirdest thing you've used as a bookmark. The earth. I have just left books down on like the actual ground open to keep my page. I'll use receipts, I'll use sweet wrappers. I just kind of use whatever's to hand, really. I don't use two-way things, I just kind of prop it open with little receipts, little bits of paper, or just the earth or the ground. Used books, yes or no? Yes, because I couldn't afford to buy all the books that I have bought if I bought them all new. Sorry if the camera angle has changed slightly. The camera stops recording after 12 minutes and I can't quite figure out why, so I need to figure that out and extend it. Top 3 favourite genres, I would have to say fantasy, historical fiction, and I'm starting to like gritty contemporaries, but I don't think enough that I can put them high up. So I'll say slightly, I don't know what genre this would come under, but you know, The Tattooed Heart by Michael Grant, or The Last Apprentice series by Joseph Delaney, or Spooks, depending on what country you're in. They're kind of like horror, but not really. So that. Borrow or buy. I prefer to buy because I like owning my books, but I also do love borrowing books because money. I don't have an infinite supply of it. So yes, definitely prefer to buy, although borrowing is great. Characters or plot. So many people that I see on YouTube seem to have a defined knowledge of whether they prefer the characters or the plot, and I don't really know. I think I like them both. If the plot is boring but the characters are interesting, I can keep reading. If the characters are boring and the plot is interesting, I can keep reading. It just means that the book isn't great. But then as I said that, saying that the characters were boring made me wince a bit more, so I guess I prefer characters? I don't know. If I ever find out the answer to this question, I'm sure you guys will find out. So, long or short books? It's now short purely because long books have started to daunt me. So this used to be the average book that I would read age 13, 14. Same with Just Henry. I had no problems with picking these up, it didn't bother me at all. Whereas now, instinctively I will go for the smaller books first, because I know I can get through them, and I have such a big TBR that I'm like, yes, I can get through these. Long or short chapters. If I'm enjoying a book, and if I'm fully engrossed in it, doesn't matter. I'm not going to notice when a chapter starts and when a chapter ends. If I'm not enjoying a book, middle. Middle works best. If I'm not enjoying a book, shorter is better for me, just because I'm like, yes, that's one down. Yes, that's another one down. But if I am enjoying it and if I'm really getting into it, chapter size doesn't matter, because I don't notice when the chapters begin and end. Name the first 3 books you think of. The Pellinor series. That's annoying. Bike driver. The Skullduggery Pleasant series. And the Harry Potter series. Yep. Stereotyping myself. British, of course I love Harry Potter. Of course I love the series that I name myself after, and of course I love Skullduggery. I'm obsessed with Skullduggery. Books that make you laugh or cry. I prefer cry. Zoe said that she prefers laugh because she cries very easily at anything, and I also cry very easily at anything. But, like, especially with this one, like, a book doesn't just have to be sad to make me cry. A book has to be heartbreaking. I have to feel the emotions of the characters. I have to genuinely feel like I'm going through it, and that means it has to be written well. And it has to have engrossed me. So I vastly rate them higher if they can make me cry. Our world or fictional worlds? Fictional worlds. 100% fictional worlds. Audiobooks, yes or no? Yes. I'm so bad at listening to them. I'm putting off listening to The Girl in the Blue Coat by Monica Hesse at the minute. And I don't know why I'm putting it off, because I'm really enjoying it. And I tend to put it off with audiobooks, but they are great for walking around, doing your food shopping, doing basic chores. You've just got something to listen to, just whenever you would listen to music and you can concentrate. Perfect. So I don't personally drive, but if you drive to work, or if you have a long commute to work or school or whatever, that's a great time to be listening to an audiobook, and it just means that you can read when you otherwise wouldn't be able to. Do you ever judge a book by its cover? Yes, all the time. All the time. I have so many books where I'm like, oh god, that cover's so bad, I don't want to pick it up. And it'll put me off from grabbing it. There are some books where I've heard about them, or like it's from an author that I know that I love, and I'll pick them up regardless of the cover. But if I'm hunting for new books, I want a nice cover on it. The reason I picked up Jasper Ford's Thursday Next series, The Air Affair, is because the cover interested me. The Sin Eater's Daughter, which are just on top of by Melinda Salisbury, the cover. Yeah, I'm definitely a cover by individual. Book to movie or book to TV adaptations? I'm going to say TV because it's had less of a chance to disappoint me. There are lots of film adaptations of books which are horrendous and really disappointing. A movie or TV show you preferred to its book? I've just remembered that I read the series of Unfortunate Events and then I watched that. TV shows, definitely picking TV shows. TV adaptations are better. But it was good, but it didn't beat the books. I can't think of one. I'm sure there will be one that I've either have watched or will watch, but currently not coming to my head. And then the very last question is series or standalones, and I do love standalones. I do love a self-contained story, but once it's done, I always want to know more. Always. So, series. Obviously. So, that is me done. I have finally done, I say finally. So yes, I've done the girl reading rapid fire book tag. Now I think I'm going to tag Sabrina Cox because I really love her videos. She's a fellow British YouTuber, booktuber, and she puts a lot of work into putting out lots of videos, and her. If anyone wants to do the tag, please do, and let me know if you've done it so I can go watch a video. But yes, anyone who wants to do it can. This was really fun actually. So yes, thanks so much for watching guys. If you enjoyed, then please hit that like button and possibly the subscribe button. My voice is going, so I'm just gonna go now. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.